welcome to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, Pro Wrestling's bad boy, Carnage. And with me, I don't go anywhere without him, are my co-host, the lovely dream girl, Shannon, and my main man, Tony D.
Like a boss. How you doing, Carnage?
You know it, man. We're here. It is my birthday episode, and we have a special guest with us. None other, one of our favorites on the show, Jenny Schick is here from American Idol. She's here with us. Give her a little bit of hand, Jenny Schick. She is going to perform in a little bit. She's going to perform on the show. I asked her to come on, do a little birthday song for me.
This is the song that sent you to Hollywood, isn't it?
Definitely.
All right.
All right, we're gonna enjoy her music here in a little bit. But first and foremost, again, we are on Cox, Comcast, and Fios. You can find us everywhere.
If you live in the area, we're on TV 3 nights a week. You can't miss us, because one thing about this show, if you sit on your remote and it clicks like 8888, it goes straight to channel 1981 on Fios, is the channel that we're on.
That's right,
You can't
1981 on Fios.
You don't even have to remember what channel we're on. Just start hitting buttons.
That's it, man.
We'll be
You
on.
can find us. We're on Cox, on Channel 10 on Cox, and we're on Comcast, Channel 28. So check your local stations and check us out. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. And first and foremost, we always do it. We do a top 5 on the show.
Top 5.
Top 5. Shannon's going to do our top 5. This week's top 5, because we had the lovely Jenny with us. She's just recently married. So why don't we give her a hand here for being married? And yeah. Oh, hand like that.
You're building up some muscle in that left arm, lifting up that ring, aren't you?
Yeah. It's gotten heavy.
And tonight, our top 5, Shannon's going to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. It's going to be the top 5 songs to avoid playing at your wedding reception. So these are songs that you might not want to play.
These are songs like when you're picking them and you're sitting with your wedding planner, don't pick these.
That's right. Do not put them on a playlist.
Yeah. So the top 5, number 5 on this list of songs to absolutely avoid at your reception is REM. It's the end of the world.
Hopefully none of these are on your playlist at your wedding reception.
No.
Okay, good.
Number 4, U2. Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Not a wedding ballad.
Yeah, no, that's not a good one either.
All right, number 3. Number 3 is from Roxette. It must have been love, but it's over now.
It's over now.
Yeah, it's over now.
Yeah, it sounds so much better when she says it.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 is AC/DC, Highway to Hell.
For a wedding
not a
song?
good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Unless
not.
you're going there together.
Bonnie and Clyde. And the number 1 worst song or best song to avoid?
Yeah,
How do you
pretty
say
much,
that? Yeah. Elvis, Suspicious Minds.
Thank you very
Now, I'll
much.
tell you what, I like that song, really. I wouldn't play it at a
But
wedding,
not at
but
not at a
I
wedding
really like that song.
reception.
No, not at a wedding reception, but I do like the song,
Love me
though.
tender, love me sweet.
Okay, I don't think we need to go
I didn't
there.
know Tony was going to be performing
I
tonight.
wasn't done. I wasn't done, guys. All right, move on.
But that was our top 5.
Top 5.
Now, Jenny,
It's been a while.
yeah, so how's things going now that you're married?
Everything is great. My husband's actually right there.
And there he is, back in the back of the room. Yeah, what's up?
He snuck in on us.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
Somebody played Suspicious Minds at his wedding reception.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I've been playing. I just started playing with a new cover band called Steal the Sky. We're all up and down the East Coast all the
And
time. So
where can they find you at? You got a website?
yeah, I'm sure if you look up, I don't know exactly what the website is. You can find us on Facebook, or if you Google us, we're there. And we're up in like the Philly, Atlantic City area a lot. Ocean City, Maryland, down in Arlington.
You're at Secrets next weekend.
This Friday, yeah.
This Friday.
The 11th.
I was just down there. I saw the calendar. I was like, I turned around to tell somebody, but nobody cared. You
No,
know,
okay.
Hey, guys, guess what? Never mind.
What else is new?
You'll be here anyways, right? You read it for 2 weeks? You'll be here.
So, is there anything else going on besides Steal the Sky and...
No, I mean, I literally just got back from my honeymoon 4 days ago, so I'm still like getting my bearings after being in Jamaica for 10
we
days.
definitely appreciate you coming here for my birthday. I really do appreciate it.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
And I can't wait for you to perform for us later. I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Because we always love having you on. You're one of our top guests.
You know what makes her different
heavy
from all
hitters.
the other guests we have, Carnage?
What's up?
She keeps coming back.
That's right. We like that.
I'm like a plague. You can't get rid of me.
Oh, we don't mind at all. But we're going to go to a break. And Jenny is going to come back later on and perform for us. But when we come back from the break, our guest this week, man, we talk about heavy hitters. Not only do we have Jenny on, but we have Bruce McBarnett is coming on. This
show isn't long enough to give Bruce's resume.
I know.
We're just going to have to pick the highlights.
Yeah, there's going to have to highlight reel with this because this gentleman has been in movies, has been on TV. And so when we come back from the break, we're going to have him. Bruce McBarnett is on the show, Cage Your Dreams. Come on back. Cage of Dreams is filmed live the first Monday of every month. And if you want to be a part of the action, then come on down here to the Green Turtle at the Dulles Town Center in Sterling, Virginia. That's the first Monday of every month. What's today?
It's the third Wednesday. You're a little early.
Well, you got plenty of time then. So plan this, and we'll see you right here at the Turtle. Okay, welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, Pro Wrestling's bad boy, Carnage. With me, of course, always the lovely dream girl Shannon, my main man Tony D, and with us, our new friend, Bruce McBarnett, is on the show with us.
Bruce, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
We'll work this out.
Yeah, Tony. Thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much.
you, sir.
Carnage.
Thank you, man.
Shannon, it's great being here.
Great to have you.
Yes, excellent. Now, this gentleman's resume is just incredible. I could probably be here almost a whole show just talking about it. I'm going to highlight it just a little bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I got this right. You've won.
Did a good job at compiling the information.
Well, yes, sir. I'm hoping I got it here.
He went to Monster.com and he crashed the server.
That's right. But you got, let's see, you won 11 World Track and Field Championships. You
my
won,
age group, that's
right?
right,
You
that's
won
right.
28 USA National Championships.
National Masters Track and Field
Right.
Championships.
You're
for
the
my age
member
group. That's correct.
of
yes.
the USA Track and Field Masters Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm a Hall of
I
Famer
was-
too, so I'm right there with you.
Great.
And you've also been featured in Sports Illustrated.
Yes,
That
that's
is
correct.
just incredible.
Not in the bikini.
Really?
Not in the bikini.
You in the fall
episode,
edition,
but
right?
I was in.
November.
I was in Sports Illustrated. That's right.
That's
right.
excellent.
Yeah, it was an honor to be able to be featured in it. I had a great time.
You've done a whole. Now, what are you doing now?
What am I doing now? I'm doing several things now as we speak. I'm getting ready for the USA National Masters Track and Field Championships, going down to Winston-Salem to defend my title as USA National Masters Champion for my age group, which is 55 to 59. I'm also
Wait a minute.
getting ready to...
I don't want to cut you off.
Hold on.
You said
Wait,
55. I'm gonna have to
pause.
see an ID here. Bruce, you look like you're in your 30s.
Oh, thanks for the
You're welcome.
compliment.
Go ahead, sorry to interrupt.
Goes to show some of the favorable benefits you get when you keep working out, and fortunately for me, I've never stopped working out, so the residual benefits sort of carry with you for a little while. But I also put on charity events to benefit different charities that I volunteer with. For example, a few weeks ago, I put on an event over at the Embassy of Slovakia, which was an art reception that benefited a charity that is helping African schoolgirls in Liberia called the Bromley Mission. This event was a beautiful event. We had 6 artists donating artwork at the event, where the proceeds of the sale of the artwork went towards the charity. I'm putting on at the Embassy of Macedonia on September 12th, an event that's going to be benefiting the Rotary Foundation Polio Plus program, which is a program that's working to eradicate the polio from the face of the earth. Right now, there are only 3 countries left that have polio.
Wow.
So I enjoy being able to do some good things for some good charities, and also, in addition to that, I do some professional acting, and most of the things I do include extra work in major motion pictures, and sometimes principal work when I get lucky and get a nice gig. So I've been
Now, you
on-
have been in some great movies, though. I mean, I
Yes,
was looking
I
at
have
your
been.
resume. You were in the movie Kingpin.
Yes, that's
with,
right.
With Woody Allen?
Yeah, no,
No,
Woody Harrelson.
no, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
That's
which
right.
was one of
that's
my
right.
favorite movies. I love that movie. That's
Okay.
hilarious. You were in Murder at 1600. That was with
Yes,
Wesley
Wesley
Snipes, correct?
Snipes, that's right. That's right.
And let's see, you were also in.
I was also a principal in a TV show called Homicide: Life on the Street that was filmed out of Baltimore.
Nice.
And then I've been on several episodes of West Wing, several episodes of The Wire.
Wow.
I've also had auditions recently for film for House of Cards.
Oh, okay.
Haven't gotten on the show yet, but
That's
my
a great-
agent
that's
keeps
a great
calling me
series.
back for,
Yeah, I hear that's a
for
great
different auditions, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
I think they're starting season
I hit
3
one.
soon, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then I've also had an opportunity to be on some television commercials as well, and some industrial films as well. So it's a lot of fun, and it's also a nice way of getting out there and being able to meet some people and be able to make a contribution. So it's fun.
Originally, you started doing the sports, and you were did the high jumper, and you got in that way, and then you started doing the movies and TV all after that, correct? It all kind of started falling into place, or did you do some of the acting first, and then you were into the sports?
Good question. I started first with the sports. I was at Princeton University and went out for the track team. Then after I graduated from Princeton, I went on to law school. I went to New York University Law School in New York City.
Very nice.
And continued to compete in track and field. In fact, I gave up the luxury of having the best track and field facilities at Princeton University to having as my track a Washington Square Park in New York City, where I'd run down the street, dodging the drug pushers and the
Oh my goodness.
other people at midnight.
Well, I kept you running.
Well, that's between Midtown.
That's right.
Away
That's
from all
between
the
Midtown and
riffraff.
downtown, right?
That's right. That's
You
right.
get a lot of foot
It's
traffic in
around,
there.
Around
Yeah, careful.
4th Street.
Bruce comes right
But
through at 85 miles an hour. You got to get out of the way.
I must say, I did have some people run away when they saw me. They said, wow, I don't know what he's up to, but the pace he's running, we better get out of here. So they never bothered me. So I just run around.
Couldn't
Everybody
catch you
else-
anyways.
That's right.
That little donut stand, New York cop, I can't see them doing what you're
can't see him
doing.
doing a whole lot of nothing up there. Now, you also
So then
do,
I went to.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so to answer your question about how I got into track and field, or how I got into acting, I became a member of the Screen Actors Guild, and then started taking it to a higher level,
Nice.
and started doing motion picture and TV acting. I've been on such films as Born Yesterday with John Goodman. I've been on
nice.
a film called The Serial Mom.
Serial Mom,
I remember
yeah.
that one. Yeah, I saw
Turner.
that
I
one.
was on one called Paper with Glenn Close and Michael Keaton. I was also on a film called Major League 2 with
Oh,
Charlie
you've been
Sheen.
on a lot of heavy
I've been-
hitters, man. Holy
That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's, Bruce, that's
I was-
how it is. You're gonna
Yeah, I
one
know
day
it.
you're gonna get the break, and you're gonna be like leading or best supporting in a motion picture, and then everybody's gonna go back and look at these old films and be like, "Oh, there's Bruce." You know, I never noticed him before, but there he is. And
That's
it's,
right.
It's gonna be like that.
And then the value of all those films will go
Right.
up.
That's
That'll be
right.
Great.
Right.
That'll
Exactly.
be great.
When
So
you
you
start
got
to-
to tell my agents this. I wish you would call
Now,
up my agents.
when you do the red carpet and you see the big security sign on the big backs of those strong guys,
Yeah.
I
that's
said
me
that's
and Carnage.
Carnage. That's right. That's right. And then we'll have Shannon
I was gonna
managing
say,
them.
I was going to say,
That's
where do
right,
I fit
yeah.
into this?
Arms
Okay,
handy.
leave me
You
out.
got to manage the
Arms handy.
security.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You've
Mine
got-
will say manager.
You've got to be the friendliest face to,
That's
to
right.
interact with the public.
That's right, because we can't
Explain
smile if
to
we're doing
them.
our job right.
That's right.
That's right. Now, you also you've done some motivational speaking,
Yes, that's correct.
and so tell me, with your motivational speaking, what was the toughest crowd that you ever had to motivate?
That's a good question, Carnage. I was once asked to speak to a community center to a group of high school students, and this was they had combined high schools there, and the idea was this was a celebration of their graduation, or it was sort of like an after graduation event. So they had these two different high schools there. It was in Reston. But the thing that you didn't know until you got there was that the three high schools all the students from the 3 high schools disliked the students from the other high schools.
Huge rivalry.
No.
So these schools were intense rivals, and they had a lot of, let's say, negative karma going on between them. So much so that the teachers and the parents had to actually keep them separated. So I had to sort of inspire them on the idea of brotherly love. Despite the fact that they've been trained to think a little bit otherwise when it came to dealing with each other. But it was fun. They took it in good spirit.
And you delivered it with a straight face.
I did my best. I did my best. That's right. That's right. So it's fun. I had a good time.
Now,
with it.
one of the charities that I saw was called Charles Place. Now, I'm
Charlie's
a little
Place. Charlie's
unfamiliar
Place is
with
a
that.
homeless
Explain
service
that.
center located in Washington, D.C. It was started by a man named Charles Gilchrist, a very interesting and inspirational individual who started back in 1989. He used to be the supervisor of Montgomery County. And in fact, they expected that he would run for mayor, but he had a change of heart and decided to actually change professions and go into ministry. And he became an Episcopal minister. And one of his first assignments as an associate pastor was at St. Margaret's Church in Washington, D.C. And it was there that he started Charlie's Place.
Oh, okay.
And back in '89. So I've volunteered with Charlie's Place. I used to volunteer as a director of development for Charlie's Place, and I've put on several fundraising events to benefit Charlie's Place. In fact, my last one was over at the Embassy of Austria a few months ago, and then a few months before that, I put on another event to benefit Charlie's Place called the Screen Actor Guild Award Ceremony Art Show that was held over at the Embassy of Croatia. And I'll be doing another event there at the Embassy of Croatia for Charlie's Place next year. But I help out a lot of different charities.
Right.
I helped out a charity called the Bromley Mission that helps African schoolgirls. That was a couple weeks ago at the Embassy of Slovakia. I'll be helping out the Polio Plus Foundation, which is an event that will be taking place over at the Embassy of Macedonia, and also an art reception in September 12th. So, yeah, it's great to try to make a contribution. And one of the nice things I find by being involved in a number of different activities, you meet really good people. Like, for example, I'm getting a chance to meet you, Carnage. I've been working for years to put my resume into the type of shape that I would get an invitation to be on your show.
Oh my gosh,
so
this is incredible, man. We could probably have you on another 2 or 3 episodes just so we can cover everything. Now, one of the things I want to hit on real quick, because we are we're getting close to the end, but we want to try to get as much as we can. And you do memory consulting, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now explain that a little bit, because I've never heard of that.
Okay.
Memory consulting.
Memory consulting, yeah.
That's correct.
Because I'm getting older, so I need as much help as I can get. So maybe you might be able to help me on this one.
I'm trying to find the car keys to get home tonight too.
Well, that's right. Memory consulting. What I do is I teach people mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices are things that you can use to assist your memory. You know, we all have fantastic memories, believe it or not. We really do. I teach people ways that they can jog their memory. One of the best ways is our mind has a tremendous ability to memorize pictures. So I teach you a way of making pictures out of everything you need to memorize. And in that way, that jogs your memory, you can remember the information better. I teach this course over at Northern Virginia Community College.
Oh, excellent.
People can sign up. In fact, I'll give you my telephone number. It's 703-404-8429. And I'd be happy to share information about that,
So
or
we'll make
some
sure
of the
we
real
put that
estate
right on the
investing.
screen.
I'll put it right here.
Yeah.
How exactly
great.
do you get into some...
703-404-8029?
703-404-8429.
See,
That's
I need
correct.
the course. I forgot already.
See, he forgot it. So.
Well, one of the things I do in practicing my technique is whenever I go someplace, I try to memorize the names of everybody I'm introduced to. And in fact, I encourage my students to do the same.
Yes.
So, for example, Carnage has introduced to me today Shannon and Tony, and then also Jenny, who was on the show just a moment ago. Candy and Shannon were the individuals, and Laura, the waitress from Green Turtle, are the people that he's introduced me to so far.
Bruce, I am horrible with names. And
Yes.
I'm thoroughly impressed with that. And one of my old tricks that I do when I forget names, In my head, I give everybody a nickname.
Okay.
For some reason, I can remember that, right?
Okay.
And I'm just the real name goes right out the door.
I used to call people by the places. I could remember where they were from,
Yes.
but I couldn't remember their name. So, Tony or John might have been from New York. So
Yes.
I could remember New York or Buffalo.
Okay.
But John just slipped my mind.
Has to be
Well-
Carnage's nickname sometime. I'll tell you. I'll tell you off camera.
How do you get into something like this? I mean, what makes you?
How did I start getting
Yes.
into this? Well, I was a sophomore in high school. I was preparing for the SAT that I knew I would take as a senior. And the SAT tests you heavily on vocabulary. So I bought 1,000 vocabulary cards. I figured I'm a sophomore now. I'll certainly be able to memorize these words by the time I'm a senior when I take the SAT exam. So I was going through these words, memorizing these words, and I came across a book in the bookstore called The Memory Book, written by Harry Lorraine. So I read the book. I mastered the techniques, started to apply the techniques on the vocabulary cards, memorized the vocabulary cards, did very well on the SAT, did very well on, in fact, I took a similar exam to the SAT called the Regent Scholarship Exam, which if you do well, you get a scholarship in New York State.
Nice.
And half the words they asked me to identify on the Regent Scholarship Exam came from the 1,000 words that were in the box that I had memorized. So I used those techniques. I used them in school. I graduated #1 in my class from a very competitive high school. Went to Princeton University. I used these techniques to memorize the names of my classmates, and I ran for class president. As a freshman, I became class president. And a lot of it, I'm sure, had to do with the fact that people were impressed by the fact that I could remember their names.
It's unbelievable.
So-
I'm sorry, but I can't be the only one thinking this. I've read over your resume and everything that we've talked about today, some things that I hadn't even heard. When do you find time to eat and sleep? I mean,
Yeah, is there
I
anything
don't
that you
understand.
can't do? Because you seem to be doing
He's
everything,
broken
man.
the laws of time and
Wow,
added extra
crazy.
hours into his days.
Oh, thank you.
Bruce, I saw your resume too, and after looking at it, I can say this: you're hired. You got
For
it.
whatever it is, you're hired.
Oh, thank you.
But,
Thank you very
but
much.
I'll tell you what, we're almost out of time. But I really appreciate you coming on the show,
Sure,
Bruce.
my pleasure,
We're
Carnage.
definitely
It's
going to have
great.
to have you back on, man,
I'll be
because we still
happy
got
to.
so much more to talk about. I wish we would have had more time, but we are running out of time here. We do have Jenny Schick coming up. She is going to perform live for us. Again, we do thank you for coming on. Bruce McBarnett, make sure you check him out. He's everywhere. That's all
You
I
have a
got to
webpage.
say.
Bruce, you have a
Yes,
webpage you can
yeah,
plug?
go ahead and hit that.
McBarnett.com. McBarnett.com. McBarnett.com.
See it right
And
there?
you can.
I do this every episode.
That's right.
right.
You can see about the real estate investing and the real estate brokerage operations that I do, and learn about the other types of activities I'm involved in. It's such a
Fantastic.
pleasure being on your
Hey,
show, Carnage.
we thank you for
Shannon,
coming on,
Tony,
man.
and thanks for being such an inspiration for all of the people out there. I know you have a lot of inspirational people coming on your show, and keep sending out
thank
the
you,
great
man.
message.
Like I said, we're definitely going to have you back on. That's for sure.
Our pleasure, most
we ran out of time, and I definitely got to have you back on. Bruce McBarnett was here. We want to thank everyone for tuning in this week, but check back with us here in a few minutes because Jenny Schick is coming on. So come on back. Cage of Dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Jenny Schick.
All right, this first song, I wrote it personally. It's for you, Carnage. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, bad boy Carnage. Happy birthday to you. I really wrote this next song. This is called IOU. You can find it on iTunes. This is an acoustic version.
on my knees, I want no part of. Instead of you, I'd rather sleep with the lights on, toss and turn till the feelings are gone, scream out till I find no more. Not all that I bargained for, I'm getting over it, and I have no regrets this time. I'm calling your lies, you won't find me lonely anymore. Na 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 na. Oh. Said I want no part of your deceptive art. You got my heart, what more do you want? Just lead me on, even though you know it's wrong. But you don't stop, just keep the lies coming. Instead of you, I'd rather sleep with the lights on, toss and turn till the feelings are gone, scream out till I find no more. Not all that I bargained for, I'm getting over it, and I have no regrets this time. I'm calling your lies, you won't find me lonely anymore. Na 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 na. Oh, it's already the end. Guess I'm out of my head to believe what you say. Sorry, I can't make it, gonna have to break it. Excuses rolling off your tongue. Sorry, I can't take it no more. Instead of you, I'd rather sleep with the lights on, toss and turn till the feelings are gone, scream out till I find no more. Not all that I bargained for, I'm getting over it, and I have no regrets this time. I'm calling your lies, you won't find me lonely anymore. It's already the end. Guess I'm out of my head. You won't find me lonely anymore. Instead of you, oh, you won't find me. No, you won't find me lonely, lonely, lonely anymore.
Cage of Dreams is filmed live the first Monday of every month. And if you want to be a part of the action, come on down here to the Green Turtle at the Dulles Town Center in Sterling, Virginia. That's the first Monday of every month. What's today?
It's the third Wednesday. You're a little early.
Well, you got plenty of time then. So plan this, and we'll see you right here at the Turtle. All right, welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I want to thank Jenny Schick for being on the show. I have a longtime friend here with us. Kid Karan is here with me, all the way from North Carolina. He's here, one of the biggest Carnage fans in the house right here. I want to thank my man Bruce McBarnett for being on the show. It was an awesome show. We're gonna have to have you all back because it was just incredible between the two of you. I just ran out of time. I got to have more Jenny Schick, holy Schick, and more Bruce. We got to get you on. But anyway, this is the end of the show. Your bad boy here. And like I always say, don't just live your life, live your dream. Thank you very much.